You both feel it, that quiet pull that refuses to leave, even when logic tells you it should. Right now, something is drawing you back towards someone who was never fully gone from your heart. And psychology shows us that when two people are truly meant to find each other again, there are exactly three things that always, without exception, happen first. This is not wishful thinking. This is not longing dressed up as something it isn't. What you are feeling right now has a name in psychology. It has a pattern. It has a reason. And the fact that you are here drawn to these words at this particular moment means something is already stirring inside you that your rational mind has not yet caught up with. You carry this person differently than you carry other memories. Not as a wound, not as a regret, but as something unfinished. Something the universe keeps quietly returning to no matter how many times you have tried to file it away and move forward. Beneath the logic, beneath the voice that tells you to be sensible, beneath the part of you that says you should be over this by now, there is a knowing. A soft, persistent, almost cellular knowing that some connections simply do not end. They pause, they deepen, they wait. Psychology shows us that certain bonds form at a depth the rational mind cannot fully access or explain. What you feel beneath the surface right now, that quiet certainty that something between you remains unfinished, is not something you invented. It is something entirely real. Sign number 1. The silence between you still speaks. Most people believe that distance creates finality. That time, moving long enough in one direction, eventually erases what was. But psychology tells us something far more profound. When two people are meant to find each other again, the silence between them is never truly empty. It carries weight, it carries memory, it carries the shape and the warmth and the unspoken fullness of everything left between you. Right now, you notice it. You can be in a crowded room in the middle of a full and busy life, surrounded by every kind of noise, and still feel the particular quiet that lives in the space this person left. Not because you cannot move forward, not because you are incapable of healing, but because some connections do not dissolve with time. They deepen, and you feel that deepening in ways you cannot quite explain to anyone who has not lived it themselves. You feel it in the moments just before sleep, when your mind finally goes still and their presence arrives without being summoned. You feel it in the middle of an ordinary afternoon, when something small, a song on the radio, a familiar scent, a certain quality of light, makes everything inside you go quiet. And suddenly they are there, right there, as vivid and present as the very first time. Psychology shows us that the brain encodes emotionally significant people differently from ordinary memories. What researchers call implicit memory, the body's own knowing, does not fade the way conscious memory does. You do not have to try to remember this person, you simply do. And that involuntary recognition, that reaching that happens in the body before the mind has formed a single thought, that is not weakness. That is your nervous system holding on to what your deepest self already knows to be true. Because here is what psychology understands about connection at this depth. Silence between two people who are meant for each other is not absence. It is presence that has not yet found its way back into form. And you feel the difference. You have always felt the difference between a connection that has ended and one that is simply waiting. The silence between you still speaks, and somewhere inside you, quietly, you are still listening. Sign number 2. You feel drawn to them without rational explanation. You cannot explain it with logic, and psychology shows us that this precisely is the point. When two people are meant to reconnect, rational explanation stops being sufficient to contain what is happening. You think about reaching out, but then you stop yourself. Then you think again. You notice their name in unexpected places. A conversation drifts toward something that reminds you of them. You turn a corner and feel their presence in a space they have never even visited, and you feel it. Not as obsession, not as desperation, but as something quieter and more certain than either of those things. Something closer to recognition, like your whole self leaning almost involuntarily towards something it has not forgotten how to want. Psychologists describe this as an unconscious attractor, a deep relational pattern that your nervous system remains oriented toward, regardless of time or distance. People who are genuinely meant to be in your life do not disappear completely. They resurface, first in dreams, then in half-formed thoughts, then in the undeniable, wordless sense that something between you is still alive, still present, still pointing, still breathing. Right now, at this very moment, that sense is not your imagination, constructing what it wants to be true. It is your whole self recognizing at a level beneath words what the rational mind has not yet fully been given permission to accept. That pull you feel is real, not because you are holding on too desperately, but because some connections carry a current that does not switch off with silence or separation. It simply waits, patient, persistent, and quietly certain, for the conditions that will bring it home. Sign number 3. Your growth has been quietly preparing you for this moment. This is the sign most people miss entirely, and it may be the most powerful of all 3. When two people are truly meant to find each other again, the time apart is never wasted. It is working beneath the surface of every difficult month, every lesson that arrived wearing the face of loss, every morning where you rebuilt something inside yourself and chose quietly to keep going. There has been a preparation happening, a slow and necessary becoming, a transformation that neither of you could have reached without the distance between you. You are not the same person who loved them before, and neither are they. And this difference, this growth, is not an obstacle standing between you. It is the very foundation that makes a deeper, truer reconnection genuinely possible. Psychology shows us that the most meaningful connections require two people who have done their inner work, who have learned to sit inside their own silence without fleeing it, who have grown comfortable enough with their own depth to stop abandoning themselves in order to keep someone else comfortable. Think about what you have learned about yourself in this time apart. Think about the ways you have softened where you were once rigid. Think about what you now understand about your own needs, your own patterns, your own capacity to love without losing yourself in the process. That is not accidental, that is preparation. If you have been doing that work, if you have been growing, healing, becoming more fully and honestly yourself, then you are not moving away from this person. You are moving toward a version of this connection that was never before reachable. Right now, your soul is not simply healing from something painful. It is preparing for something real. The universe does not separate people who carry a genuine connection without purpose. It creates space, space to grow, space to become, space to mature into the fullness of who you need to be for each other. And when you both arrive at that place, changed, more whole, more steady, the reconnection does not feel like starting over from the very beginning. It feels like finally arriving home. And now, here is what no one tells you often enough. Here is what you most deserve to hear right now. You deserve a love that finds its way back. You deserve a connection that time cannot erase and silence cannot permanently end. Not because you were perfect, not because your love was without confusion or misstep or the inevitable imperfections of two real people reaching toward each other, but because you are someone who loves deeply, who holds space for others even when it costs you something, who keeps feeling even when the world tells you that feeling this much is too much. And that has never been your weakness. That has always been your most extraordinary strength. Your worth is not measured by whether someone chose to stay. Your value is not defined by how a chapter ended, or how long the silence has stretched, or how many times you have wondered whether you were enough. Your worth exists entirely independently of anyone else's choices, anyone else's timing, anyone else's readiness to receive what you so generously offer. It has been there all along, steady, whole, and entirely unshakably yours. You were never the problem. You were never too much. You were never too loving, too present, but too devoted for the right connection to hold. Those were never your flaws. They were always your signals, signals of the extraordinary depth you carry, the depth that only someone truly meant for you will ever fully recognize, fully value, and fully treasure. So if these 3 signs feel alive in you right now, if what you heard today resonated somewhere real, then trust that. Not with desperation, not with urgency, but with the quiet certainty of someone who knows exactly what their heart has been holding, because your heart has not been lying to you. It has been holding a place, and what it holds is not delusion, it is devotion. And in the right timing, with the right person, devotion becomes something the whole universe quietly conspires to honor. You are not waiting in vain. You are preparing to be found. So if this resonated with something real in you, hit that like button and join the Psychology Wisdom family. Subscribe so the next insight finds you before you even knew you were searching for it. Your feelings are valid. Your love is worth honoring, and you deserve to feel understood every single day.